बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बिशरहली सदरी वयस्सिरली अमरी वाहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि मुहम्मद. Warm welcome to all of my lovers, followers, subscribers, friends, everybody who is watching me right now. And I am really grateful to all that people who are spending time of their precious one, because I know that everybody is preoccupied in one's preoccupations. So today, with a short message as usual, it's very important. You know, nowadays you must have been listening from last few days. There is a dilemma, there is a conflict, there is a problem which has been being listened by everybody, media persons, media, whether that is social media, print media, or electronic media. So the people who are related to these mediums, they are in a tough time. Obviously, I want to talk about Asad Toor, Mr. Hamid Mir, Absar Alam, and many more, Salim Shahzad. Problem is, whenever we are going to observe that any journalist is going to face trouble like this, like Asad Toor has been facing, so very first target we just go towards the secret agencies of Pakistan. I personally think, because I am journalist myself, that there are two concepts. It might be possible that person who is claiming maybe experiencing in the past too, that just meanwhile facing any sort of trouble or problem, like the brutalities also I can say, so must be aware that this might have been done by the secret agency. It might be possible. On the other hand, what we do, that just any incident happens and just we start blaming, like this happened in the matter of Mr. Hamid Mir, like when he faced the bullets, so just after some time he blamed. So same time, now this happened with Mr. Toor, that maybe please try to understand, I am also telling you that maybe their past experiences are telling you these things, and maybe they are on the truth. So I am not against of anything, any person, because I consider the person, the journalist, very first of all the humans are very important. Their lives, their families are very, very important. And particularly the journalist one, because the journalism is going to be the fourth pillar of this our sweet homeland. So the people who are relevant to that profession, so very first of all I consider that their lives must be secured. One thing is very, very clear. Okay, not to discuss about the secret agencies. Whenever we are going to do some stories against any person, this is the task, this is the work where we have to go against of the things, where we have to go against of the people, where we have to go against of the concerns. So just tell me that, for example, I've spoken a lot against sugar mafia. So what do you consider that sugar mafia is going to be very weaker? So definitely it's going to be very strong. So whenever I speak or I say against of them, so just please you tell me that whether they are not going to retaliate, or they are not going to respond. So then who will be assuring me my life? It is another thing that any agency is beckoning you or going to retaliate you or going to respond you. Common person. What to talk about the sugar mafia? Even if you are going to do any story against any mill or any factory on smaller level, many of the times the journalists, they people are going over there, so they have to face much more trouble. They have to face much more problem. So my question is that whether the agencies, whether the factory owners, whether the mill owners, whether any vendor, if doing something wrong, so my journalist is going on going over there. So definitely we'll be facing the response, the retaliation. So my question is that who is responsible for this? I mean, my life is not important. My family's lives are not important. My kids' lives are not important. Yes, sure. Everybody's life is very important. Now, what I want to say that if we are blaming any agency, it's a very deep thing. Definitely, it's very secret thing and it's very significant thing as well. It's not a common thing that anybody is going just and blaming any security agency in any country. So why not in my homeland? Why not in my country? Definitely, my agencies are very important for us, who are protecting us from the global warming. I must say, warming in some other meaning I want to use, from global conflicts. They are going to protect us. So definitely they are concerned, while they people are observing that, okay, mean for example, if they people are going to do anything or not going to do anything against any individual, so individual is claiming that, okay, this is the task done by that specific agency. So this is the bad one. I consider, uh, I would suggest, because we have been listening this for a long time, and now the journalists are also very, in aggressive mode. Very first of all, I request to all of the journalists, first of all, be calm. And I also would request to my agencies. So, sir, please be calm, because all of us are very important for our homeland. Our journalists, our workers, our media, of course, our secret agencies, our forces, they are very, very important. We cannot even expect and we cannot even think about against of them. So please be have a sitting with the journalists. I would request to. Last time I became very happy that Mr. Chief of Army Staff, he had a meeting with the journalists, and there are so many points got cleared. So please have a sitting. And I would also request to journalists, because we are also very important, being a fourth pillar of the state, and agencies and those departments are also very, very significant for us. And it might be possible if anything wrong done by from that side, so it might be from the individual. We must have to go in the depth, and we should not avoid it. I definitely believe this. We must go into the depth, because I was listening some senior scholar, so they people were saying, and very rightly, that if agencies are not involved, so then even then we are supposed to go towards them, because those are the agencies who are going to investigate, who are going to find out the culprits. So we request you to find out those culprits if there are, so that all the things should be neat and very, very clear, so that all the confusions, the conflicts or doubts must be very, very clear. So I consider this is going to be a very, very sensitive topic, and I request to journalists as well, whatever is happened, that is wrong, whosoever has done, that is definitely condemnable. I condemn. But who has done? This is not the time just to blame. Wait little. Our judiciary is very active. Our media is very active. And I would tell you that our social media is very active. So we should have to wait. Please be patient. Be patient. And I would request to agencies as well, be patient. Be patient. All of us are Pakistanis. All of us are loyal to our country. All of us are responsible citizens of this home and motherland. So all have to play an important, a pivotal role. I consider it is not just the time just to blame each other. We have to wait bit. We have to observe that whose fault is this in actual. When it's proved, Then we'll see what is to be done. So I would request to Mr. Toor as well, that be patient, not to blame. Just you have gone towards the court, just rely on the courts. And also, I would request to Mr. Hamid Mir that definitely your temporarily what I listen being suspended from Geo Television. So just be patient, okay? Because your first response was very very aggressive. I mean, obviously we know that you are model for other journalists as well as for me, but sometimes you become too aggressive. So please be patient, be patient, because it is not the right time, because you know that Pakistan is facing many more problems and there are agencies are working. So ultimately, Mr. Hamid Mir, what happens that we have to shake hands after all. So if we are supposed to do after all this thing, so please wait a little. What is going to happen? Just observe. And I really request to agencies personnels that please be patient. We are Pakistanis. Our journalists are responsible ones. If sometime this happens, that sudden expressions or sudden retaliation comes in front, so it creates little bit problems are created. So being a journalist, I would request from both of sides, be patient, listen each other, and give the margins, please, because both of us are supposed to be in the country. No one is going outside from the country. We are supposed to be here. So please, just from last few days, I mean, the hype is being created. So just please calm it down. And I would request also to Geo administration, please not to just be whenever something happens that you people, all the channels they are doing like that. That you are just first of all you are going to have action on the employees. You are going to make them unemployed. What will they do? I mean, just suddenly, if you are going on the next day and you are saying that okay, you are no more, you have done a lot more. I will do any sometimes else any other program on this thing, that all the mediums, media houses, they're not acting responsibly. I mean, whenever you are going to your job next day, and particular, I'm talking about the private media houses, and they are saying you are no more. What is this? There is no job security in the media, especially. I mean, everybody is just considering that media is their power, media is protecting, media is giving support to the commons. And you know what happens with the media persons? You are going the next day in the office, and they are going to tell you, okay, you are no more, you are suspended. No action before, no notice, nothing else, you are no more. So this is also a wrong thing. So I consider that for Mr. Hamid Mir, the Geo administration also must think, and not just to spend just in this way like the shit you people have done. So inshallah, in next of my vlog, wait till then. Allah Hafiz, long live Pakistan.